Hello and good evening. I'm Dana Stone, the Executive Director of the Indianapolis Chamber Orchestra. And for tonight's episode of Mocktails and Masterpieces, we're partnering and sharing some of our partners that we use and work with for some of our parks concerts and other programming throughout the year. We're going to start this evening's mocktail with Rachel Osterhouse with the Suzuki. So we're going to let Rachel introduce herself and Suzuki just a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. I'm the executive director of the Indianapolis Suzuki Academy. I also teach violin here. We teach children age starting around 3 or 4 up through high school using the Suzuki method and including private lessons and group classes. And we've been really delighted to be working with the Indianapolis Chamber Orchestra for a few years now.
Great. And for those of our listeners, watchers that aren't familiar with what Suzuki is, can you talk about the technique some?
Sure. Yeah. So Dr. Suzuki's realization was that all children learn to speak their native language with ease. And so he wanted to use that same idea of language acquisition for teaching music. So that includes things like a lot of listening. We want to internalize the music before we produce it. Lots of the parents are involved in creating the environment throughout the week. There's a lot of review and repetition, being part of a community, learning with other people. Those are some of the components.
Wonderful. So for a number of years, we have partnered with Suzuki with our Parks concert and in some other ways. I think probably the most prevalent is through the Parks side-by-side presentation, something that we even kind of continue to do through COVID, I believe. So excited to kind of have you back for both Holliday and Riverside Park this year. So there's 2 opportunities for the kids to play with the ICO. Can you talk some about that experience for the students?
Yeah, it's wonderful. So we play, we've done a medley of book 1 pieces. So that our youngest students can participate. And then we have a slightly more advanced piece as well. And it's just a really neat opportunity for them to get to perform with professional musicians in a beautiful environment and kind of be part of the larger music community in Indianapolis. So yeah, one thing that's kind of fun this concert is our cello students will get to participate as well. So the violin and cello students will get to play together with the ICO, and so that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So what is the age range of the students that, well, I'm sure you have students that aren't playing with us, but what's the typical age range for both those that play with us and those that maybe are just starting the private lessons?
Yeah. So, typically students start around age between 4 and 6. Sometimes a 3-year-old will start, sometimes like 8 or 9 or 10-year-olds. And then we have students through high school. So for the Parks concert, I would say maybe the youngest student participating will be 5-ish, 5 or 6. So there's some little ones. And then up through, the review is a big part of the Suzuki method. So, I still play Twinkle in the advanced group class sometimes to work on our beautiful tone. But so up through as advanced as is able to participate, available to participate. So, yeah.
Well, that's exciting. I know that last year there were certainly some real little kiddos, and then some kids that look to be like, maybe upper middle school. Yeah, it's so hard to gauge a kid's age, especially with the mask on.
Right.
Some kids are just taller than others, but it's so fun to see them get to participate with us. And we're very excited to have the cello students as well, who have not come to the Parks before. We've just had the violin in the past. So that'll be a fun addition. And as you mentioned, we've also done some other ways that you all have been involved with us. Many of our concert goers may remember that we've had Suzuki students playing in our lobby, usually at 1 to 2 concerts a year, just kind of a way to, one, give them an opportunity to perform, and then also allow our audience to experience even more music. So last year we had, at least the cello students came the night of the Sterling Elliott concert. And in just a moment, I'll pull up a picture of that. But it was really cool to see the kids kind of interact with Sterling, someone that's really at the forefront of cello performance and kind of as a guest artist and soloist, seeing him interact with the kids.
Yeah, that was a very memorable moment for our students. And I think maybe his mom is a Suzuki teacher, or there was some connection there as well. So he's familiar with how these kids are learning. He could really
that very well could be true. I know his whole family is quite musical, and his mom had bought the cello before Sterling was even born. So that she could make their little quartet complete.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know that we're going to have the violin students join us in, I think it's November, in the lobby.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to having the cello kids back again too.
Yeah.
So make sure that audience members are prepared for that and come a little bit early to listen and give these children an opportunity to perform. Well, just wanted to give you an opportunity to share any more about Suzuki and kind of this partnership that maybe we haven't touched on, if there is anything.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think, I think I mentioned before, it's just great exposure to the larger music scene. I think some of our students, our families enroll and they already have a love for classical music and know that. And then we have other families that are just looking for a meaningful activity for their kids, and they don't necessarily know everything that Indianapolis has to offer. So it's great for them to get to see and participate, be an active participant in some of the music making that's happening.
So I definitely agree. So we're excited to continue this opportunity in partnership with Suzuki and to highlight these children that are, of course, on the pathway potentially to becoming professional musicians, or at least lovers of music for the rest of their lives. We're happy to be a part of that for their families and then for them. So Rachel, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it. And look forward to seeing you at Holliday Park on September 9th and at Riverside Park on September 8th. And we'll bring up those dates and times for everyone, but hope that you all can come. It's a free concert, a great way to experience live music outdoors, which is always a special treat, if not also a challenge. But we're excited to continue this tradition. We've been at Holliday Park, I think, for almost 9 years consecutively. Even through the 2020 year, we were able to be out there, which was really incredible. And of course, just starting at Riverside last year. So their Taggart Amphitheatre is just stunning. So it's a wonderful place to play and a great community to be involved with. Right, now we have the pleasure of introducing a new partner to the ICO, Patricia Altamirano. And Patricia is one of the administrators at the Global Prep Academy in the Riverside neighborhood here in Indianapolis. Patricia, please take it away.
So, hola, my name is Patricia Altamirano, and I'm very happy to be here with you and be able to explain to you and to let you know what is Global Preparatory Academy. Our school was founded in 2016. We are an innovative charter school in the heart of Riverside. And our mission is, we live the mission. We develop compassionate global leaders through a rigorous program that focuses on hands-on learning opportunity in a dual language environment. So what is that? It is that every kid that comes to Global Prep Academy has the opportunity to be half day in English and half day in Spanish. It's not that we teach them Spanish like just for fun. It's like an academic and rigorous program following the Indiana standards in education in all grades, and we serve pre-K to this year 8th grade. We are very proud of our school. I'm very proud of the highlights. One of them is that we believe that through cultural experiences, the kids will be able to engage more in the language. And one is through the choir, which is Voces de GPA, Voices of GPA. In our choir, we focus that the kids always sing in English and Spanish so they can see the benefit of being bilingual through also these kind of skills opportunities where they express what they like it. Our choir consists in between 30, sometimes 40, depending the students, and we've been performing in different places. Actually, last year, we were the first school that performed at the Taggart Memorial, where we are going to be having the concert with you. One of the other highlights that I want to tell about our choir, it's the choir itself. It's already magnificent. We've been through a lot of directors, and but all the time the choir step up, finish, completed. We've been also invited last Christmas season to the Arts Garden. We actually were able to be singing English and Spanish, sings from Kwanzaa, from Christmas time, and from the Jewish celebration at the new fields. So it was amazing performance. We had over 50 students, and really is something that you love to see, how the kids can really engage in through both languages. It's amazing. So this time we're very excited about the canción Oye. Actually, tomorrow is the first time that it's coming, the choir director, and we are eager to meet her, and she will love the students very, very much. Also, our students are very, very happy. But I want to tell you something very important about Global Preparatory Academy that is different from most of the other schools that they have a program like us. Most of the people say, oh, you guys are a Latino school. We are not a Latino school. We serve the Riverside community. We serve the African-American community, so they can get another skill, which is having another language. So we are very proud of that. And most of our alliance are with partners here within the Riverside, such as the Riverside Community Center, such as the Riverside Alumni, such as the Northwest Community Organization, Aspire House. And now with you, and we're excited to have this partnership for a long, long time.
Yes, I mean, we're so lucky that we got connected with you. I mean, as many of our viewers know, the Indianapolis Chamber Orchestra is quite committed to engaging with our community in every way that we can. And we spoke with Sam, who is the park director here at Riverside Park, and said, you know, we'd really like to incorporate some of the neighborhood children. Is there a group we should reach out to? And of course, Patricia, your name came right to mind immediately. And just meeting with you and feeling your energy, it was like, this is the perfect thing for us to partner with. These students are already really engaging in the cultural vibrancy of our community. And how can we highlight that? And, you know, when we met a couple weeks ago, you actually shared with me that I believe there are 7 Spanish-speaking countries that celebrate independence this month in September. And so that's such a cool way that we've been able to kind of tie that into our programming, which wasn't originally maybe on our radar. But of course, this piece being kind of the cornerstone, Oye, listen, are you, which is a really fun, lively piece. I know the kids are going to have a great time performing it, and it's a great way to incorporate the orchestra.
I think it's a great way and also a lovely way, because in the past, our choir, we did not have the luxury of having, you know, the real musicians live. Our choir director, that he has to go back to his country, he was sometimes doing the keyboard, but not all the sense was able to be. Because we already had meetings with the kids, I even created a permit, because I told them, these are the compromises we really have to do. You have to be at the Taggart and you have to be at the Holliday Park. It's like, I make them sign like a contract of really commitment.
Yeah.
And for the parents as well. And let me tell you the reason. I truly believe that when a parent see the performances, the kids continue, because of course, parents get all excited. They really want to commit to these kind of opportunities. And after these 2 years that people were so hidden due to the pandemic and being through a lot of, you know, it's a roller coaster of changes in their life. I think that being ready to continue performing is the best way to help other schools, other students and members of the community to step up and help these kids.
Sure. I think one of the major takeaways we've had over the past 2 years is that the arts are healing. Music is healing. It is community. And, you know, this partnership that we're developing together is like a keystone piece of, you know, what we believe in as an organization and how we want to be as engaged as possible with our own community. So it is just such an exciting opportunity for us. And I'm excited to have the kids with, of course, the professional musicians of the Indianapolis Chamber Orchestra. And you also helped connect us with some Ballet Folklórico dancers that will be highlighted at just the performance at Riverside Park. But what a cool way to demonstrate that culture and that music with the orchestra with these lovely dancers. So thank you for that connection as well.
No, anytime. And after this, you will see the commitment that the whole administration team of Global Preparatory Academy has invested in our kids. So, for example, one of the other huge events that we celebrate is Black History Month. Unfortunately, the weather doesn't let us do a lot of things because it's a cold season.
Right.
We even had to cancel in the Riverside Community Center the event where we were performing due to the weather because it was black ice. But I want to give you an example of how focused we are. That doesn't matter which is the celebration. We always speak or sing in English and Spanish. Like I was explaining you the day that you came, we focused in Nat King Cole that day. And we were remembering when he was traveling into Cuba and he met and he was able to listen the rhythm and the songs of the percussions in Cuba, how he decided to translate his song Love, which is emblematic and it's a beautiful song, in English and Spanish. And when you hear my kids singing that and then the way they changed from one language to another is magnificent. Maybe in a couple of years, the kids will not see still yet the value of being completely bilingual, but when they reach to college, because we are preparing our kids to go to college, they will be like, wow, I am quite advanced than the others. And we might not be there to see them, but I think they will remember all these experiences they're having, and they will be able to continue promoting Indianapolis Chamber Orchestra, which at the end is what we're looking for, that our kids appreciate the aesthetics, but appreciated the arts and the performances, that they help them, you know, to get more cultural exposure in all areas of the curriculum.
Well, to the same extent, you know, we want them to know that this orchestra is for them too. It's easy to see kind of a classical music organization that is stuck in traditions of the past, honors those traditions in a musical way, and even in the way that we operate, the way we present concerts. But if we can bring these kids in and let them experience it, let them see, hey, I can be a part of this. This isn't different from my experience. This can be my experience. And this is a great way that we can start doing that and really being engaged with the community and giving back in a new way. And hopefully, like you said, we don't know what the future will bring for these kids, but I know that this experience will be in their mind. And hopefully as they have their families and they grow up, that they see that music, orchestral music, classical music is for everyone. It's for them and it's for their children. And we just want to keep welcoming and keep engaging and keep educating so that we can continue to grow the love of music that we all have as part of this organization. Yeah.
And I can see that. And we appreciate it, all these efforts and coming to our school. And just to be, I will be, when you guys are rehearsing, I will always be there. I will be the staff on site there, just because you will not know the logistics of how to dismiss them and everything. I will be supporting. I told my boss, okay, I volunteer, I'll do it, because these kids deserve to have these opportunities and they love it. They love to perform. The performance, they love to go to the Taggart and the Holliday Park. Actually, my boss was asking me if I can have more information about that, because it sounds like a very unique experience. We would love to invite our board so they can be part of that concert. It's a free concert, right?
Oh yes, they both are. Both are completely free. Please come. We do ask that people register if they can, just so that if the weather doesn't cooperate with us, we can communicate that with you in advance, either to reassure you that yes, the concert is happening, or to let you know that that we've had to cancel due to rain.
Please send us those so Mrs. Shahida, Assistant and Director of Communications, Ms. Melissa, can post that in the social media. Also, we can provide that to the parents, because we encourage the parents to follow the protocols of the people who's hosting us. So if you decided, you know, they have to register, we encourage them, you know, They can perform, but you have to follow the protocols.
Oh, well, it's not a requirement. It's more just for them to know. It's a great way for us to communicate with the audience so that they know up front if they're wondering about the weather, which is always a question whenever we're outside. People have questions. That way they have that reassurance that, yes, it's happening. Or unfortunately, it cannot. That it's just an easy way to communicate. But of course, ICO also posts that information on our website, on our social media, and then we update our voicemails as well. So if you call the office, we're sharing that information with everyone that we can. Well, Patricia, thank you so much for your time today, for volunteering to be a part of the after-school activity, getting these kids prepared for the concerts. We are so excited to have them involved with us, and we're so grateful for this new collaboration that we have.
Of course, thank you. And just let me know if when the time is coming closer, if you need that Maria Mashahid, the principal, which she speaks also Spanish as well, she is more than happy to jump in and will thank you and be able, to say some words for those kids.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I will be in touch then.
Thank you, chica. See you. Well, whoever is coming, I will be here waiting for them tomorrow.
Okay, bueno. All right.
Gracias.
Gracias a Dios.
Bye-bye.